is being made that human cannot survive. People getting sick from the atmosphere. Then who is the atmosphere being made for so that they can survive? That is the question. Who is the atmosphere being made so that they can survive? When us who are humans are getting sick. We're getting sick from breathing in the atmosphere. And people going mad, killing, all types of killing going on. People getting mad and just explode and go from 0 to 1,000,000,000,000. Just going crazy. Getting mad, for a little nothing. Because we are living in this. We are living in this so that people can watch us mind our business while we home, where we can't even take a bath without somebody watching us. We can't even use the bathroom without somebody watching us. We can't eat. We can't do nothing. Sleep without being. We can't even sleep without being uptight. Only some of us know that we are uptight while we're asleep. But I guarantee you, we all are being uptight while we are asleep. Because we are all being uptight while we are awake. All of us. We're all under attack. Because we're all breathing in this air. There's nowhere that the air is not being defiled. Nowhere. I put this bonnet on my head because they attacks my head, not just my skin, but my hair. It don't even feel like real hair because of this electrical stuff just dried out. We being dehydrated, even down to the hair. Even down to the hair. But it's probably not even protecting it. I just puts it on to psych my own self out, I guess. At least something right there. And I'm trying to make sure it's not the camera, the light from the camera, because I'm not right in front of it right now. But you can still see there's something right here. Because it's all over my face, but this is where they're attacking me at, right here in the middle of my forehead. This is where witches attack. They're everywhere the witches attack is where I'm being attacked. The lower part of my spine. I don't know about the navel. I know they attack the navel. The upper part of your neck, between the eyes, and the top of your head. This is what they do. So we know witches is involved in this with the technology. Because you got witches in the military. You got witches in the police department. You got witches in the medical. You got witches who are detectives. You got witches who are the CIA. You got witches who are in the sheriff department and in the city cops. All these people have went into the dark side. Dealing with alchemy. Dealing in witchcraft. Dealing in doctrines of devils and practices of devils, the fallen angels. They have joined even pastors, apostles, prophets, evangelists in the church practicing these practices. And I'm not just talking. I know what I'm talking about because I've had to deal with these people. The magistrate, judges, lawyers, all are part of the demonic realm. All of them. I don't even know if there are any left on God's side. I really don't. I don't know if any politicians are part of God's side. I really don't. I don't know if there's any left who stick with God. Even the pharmacies that handle our medicines are witches. And I'm not talking about just the little lower level witches. I'm talking about powerful witches. Who will give you something to take you out, like Michael Jackson and Prince. Prince did go to the drugstore before he died. Michael Jackson was being given some type of pain medicine. And he had been taking it for a long time, but the night that he died, they could have been giving him something else. Something else. So easy. It's like, yay. Said all you got to do is put one wrong medicine, one wrong pill in a bottle. Everybody think he crazy, but he know what he doing. But they was a guy said that he was being controlled by a Jew. Or supposed to be Jew anyway. That's what they call themselves. But what do God call them? They call themselves that, but what do God call them? That's what we need to worry about. What do God call them? Because they've involved in stuff that's not right. Like the slave trade. Like they want to destroy a person. Just destroy a person because they shared a link. That's all they did was just share a link. And you think you can control a man? They petty. I call them petty. And you can only be anti-Shemitic to Shemitic people who come from Shem. Those are Shemitic people. Those who are bloodline from Shem. That's the only way you Shemitic. Is when you come from the bloodline. I don't care if it was 1 trillion years ago. They still got to be from the bloodline of Shem. So they're behind the scene making a whole lot of decisions to destroy this earth. To take over the earth and destroy the people within the earth. And mostly us. Mostly us. And I'm just going to say it. It's mostly us. I'm not afraid to say it. We had nothing to do with the Holocaust. We had nothing whatsoever. Because we had our own Holocaust for 400 years of slavery. But yet you want to destroy a man because they just say something. But we've been called niggers for how many years? And still being called that. We still being called that. Being separated from our families, even from our babies while they're still in the womb. But yet we still being treated like we are subhuman. Even if you are rich, that don't make no difference to people. They want to strip you down and show that they made you this off of your gifts. But they're not considering the fact that you made them who they are off of your gifts. Because they made money off of your gifts. But they want to treat a person like you couldn't have made that without them. And that's why black people that got money, you need to start doing it yourself and quit going to other race people. Because they think nothing of us. Help bring your people up. Help bring your people up. Because they are gifted people, but they poor. They don't have the money to do nothing. So when you got money, the people that's going to stand by you sometime, not all the way, because you got some dirty black people too. Dirty. That'll take you all the way to Mexico, planning before you left home and kill you. So you got dirty black folks too. You just have to be careful which one is around you. Any red flags, then drop them. So you can't say that all black people is for you. No, they're not. No, they're not. As soon as you in trouble and they see that they can benefit off your trouble, they're going to benefit. Them the kind of friends I had. The ones that'll benefit from my troubles. They done did things that I haven't done. But yet they try to judge me over lies. Over lies that the cops are sending out there. The sheriff department going from neighborhood to neighborhood spreading lies. Because they want so many people to destroy you. Turning you to murderers. Turning you to hellbound. Because that's where you're going. Hell. Pure hell. Hellbound. You can go to church all you want to. Church ain't going to send you because we supposed to be the church. And see, that's the problem. You got people going to church, but they're not the church. Showing God just who you are. Pastors. So I'm quite sure I covered quite a bit. I didn't come on here to do all this. I really made this video just to show the energy. I reckon once I open my mouth, everything starts flowing out. But that's what's on my heart. And that's where I'm speaking from my heart. Because it ain't making no kind of sense. It's not supposed to. Because we're not supposed to know what the devil is doing, him and his seed. And he done put himself in high places. Everywhere that we, the people, the human beings, supposed to go for help. Satan has planted himself there. So we can hang it up. We get no help. None. We'll get no help. If you need the police, don't call them. Call the drug dealers. You'll get more help with the drug dealers than you will with the police. Because the cops are dangerous. They are dangerous people. You'll get more help hiring the drug dealers to protect your community than you will the police. And I'm saying it, and I mean what I'm saying. Call the drug dealers. They'll help you better than the police will. Because the police is our enemies. They ain't gonna do nothing. Not one thing will they do. Because they are part of this demonic circle. A circle that crosses all over the earth. They don't cross to all over the earth. From one continent, from one city to the next city, from one continent to the next continent. They ain't nothing they haven't covered but heaven. The third heaven, not the second heaven, because that's where they are in the second heaven. That's where their office is. From one neighborhood to the next neighborhood. From one state to the next state. From one city to the next city. They've covered themselves. They've been real busy. Real busy. From one practice to the next practice. They covered it all. Now they're trying to mess with our food and water. They don't mess with the air. But we don't have people talking about go outside and get some. Where you going to get the fresh air from? Out of an air pump? That's the only place you're going to get air. It's out of an air pump just for you to pump your tire. Because you ain't getting ready to breathe no air, no good air outside. Sure ain't getting ready to do that. You go do it. People just going mad, pure mad. If you don't protect your brain and mind your behavior, you got to really know who you are in order to keep yourself cool and calm. Because people are going mad because they doing this to us. Look at all this electrical stuff in here. Because what they want to do is get rid of our guns. So when they come under attack with this technology that can just attack you, they could just keep burn you, burn your feet, burn your private area, burn your heart, burn your brain. They could just attack you and you will never see them. You will never see them. Because they're inside their houses. All these houses, these people inside these houses. But they could attack me where I'm sitting right here. Because they got mess coming out from under the ground where they done connected this house to the underground system, which is electrical. They got mess in their houses, in their windows, where they done got my, whatever it is that they got off of me, unless they got some kind of code on this technology. I don't know, because I'm not one of them. All I know is that how I am being attacked. That's all I know. And they just blowing me up. Got my stomach all swole up. Got my face all fat and swole. I had to cut my hair because they had me dry and brittle. but I can't do nothing with it. It's just sad. Just real sad. I'd be surprised if any woman would be able to get pregnant within the next few years. There'll be no more babies born unless they do it within a transgender. Because that's what they're trying to aim to. You know, they're trying to just smack God right, smack in the face with the stuff that they're doing. They done did it with uh passing a law that man could marry man and women could marry women. Now they're gonna try to make it where we as women can't have no children, but transgenders can. I guarantee you that's their plan. I guarantee you that's their plan. That's just how much Satan hate God, because God kicked him out of heaven, and he been doing stuff ever since. Then you got the ignorant things. I don't even know if they're human. I don't know where they come from. All I know what I seen, and I seen flying saucers. And I think a lot of these things that's around this, they were human till they started going to these meetings. And I do believe they've been taken. They might be eating them. I don't know what they're doing with them. I don't even know. I have to wonder, am I still human? Y'all don't know what they do to me while I sleep. I'm asleep. And I could tell my sleep ain't the same no more. Because I've always been a light sleeper. And now I feel like I'm being drugged or something. This stuff that they're putting in my body is drugging me, I do believe. And making me sleep. I could be talking and fall asleep while I'm still talking. Y'all done seen it on videos. While I'm still saying my words, I'm asleep. I have been typing. And I go to sleep with my fingers still like this here typing and wake up. My hands still like that type in the same position. I have been talking to my daughters and my granddaughter and just go to sleep. And I can hear my granddaughter say, "Did grandma just fall asleep?" I can hear. Because I'm asleep. Just that quick. Because they've been putting me to sleep long time ago. When I thought even knew I would be in GameStop, they was working on me. Putting me to sleep. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. I have been walking. This was when I was a teenager. So these people been working with. I was in Washington, D.C. What was the name of this? I lived off of Ridge Road. It seemed like it started with a M, but I had went to Greenway. There was a store in the Greenway Shopping Center. And I was coming from there. And to cross the street, what is the name of that highway? It's a main highway. Take it all the way down, not take it downtown, but take it all the way, well, anyway. I was 16 years old. 16 or 17. Because I moved to D.C. after my mama died, which I was 16. But I was coming across, I was supposed to be stopping the main highway at a red light, and I'm walking up to it, and I just went in a blank place. Walked right out there in the road. The only way I came to is people was blowing their horns, scared the crap out of them people, and me. I done did that more than one time, where I'm walking, and then I just go in a blank place. So these people been working on me for a long time. Had me walking right out in the road in traffic. I got so scared I wouldn't even go nowhere. I would pay my brother to go places for me. So they've been working on me a long time. Is it Madison Avenue? Madison Avenue? Oh, it was on Southeast. We lived off of Southeast, and we lived right off of Ridge Road. What was the name of them apartments? Greenway Apartments. That's what the name of them, Greenway Apartments. Madison Avenue, I think that's what it was. I think. I don't know. I can't remember this. I'm 60-something years old now. I was 16. I remember one time my mama sent me to go get my brother, and I had to cross the main street in our hometown. And I started getting ready to run and tripped over my pants. And the car was a good distance from me. And it was a white lady. She actually speed up and tried to hit me. If I had jumped up off that ground, that woman would have hit me. She tried to hit me. I remember that. And my mama died when I was 16. So this was before I was 16 years old. Because I turned 16 July. My mama died in November. Around Thanksgiving. So these people been trying to kill me for a long time. I remember I was like maybe about 5, if I was that old. And I was laying in the bed. I had just woke up. I didn't even got up out of the bed. And there was a mirror, a dresser with a mirror. It had an old mirror on it because part of the mirror had started fading off of it. And I looked over to walk, because it was right beside the door when you walk into our room. And when I looked over to the door and I looked at the mirror, there was a witch. One of them old ugly witches with the black hat in that mirror. And I turned my head like that. And I looked back over at it, and then there was this bald head man. Every time I look at a picture of Aleister Crowley, that's who I see. That man that was in that mirror. And I turned my head again. And I looked over there the third time. I don't know why I kept looking over there. And then it was like a cyclops with the one eye in the middle. That's what I saw. And that's really what scared me. I threw the cover over my head. And I lay there for a little scared. And I'm wondering that when the spirit of fear came on me, because I was afraid of everything. As a child growing up, everything would get at, even butterflies. I mean, I was running. You could see the butterfly over my head. I was scared of ants, everything. The dogs used to run me, snakes used to fall out the trees on me. It was just like I was just pulling stuff to attack me. And I don't know if that got anything to do with this gang stalking or not. I don't know. I don't even know. But I know these witches, they come up in these churches telling these lies that they used to be witches. But now they preaching for God. No, they using God's name. They still witches. Still working witchcraft. And they be trying to say that I'm a witch. And I want to know what witchcraft have I done. And trying to say my grandmama was a witch. I only know one of my grandmamas. Only one. And I know she wasn't no witch. Now, I never knew my daddy mama. But my mama, I know she wasn't no witch. And these witches, what it is, they see the God gift in me that I haven't tapped into yet. Because there's so much evil coming against me, even in the church. Even in the church, these pastors, these people coming, just coming after me. And they trying to keep me from reaching. Because I had one lady she did tell me this. This woman who was preaching, I don't know what happened. All I know is she was talking, and the power of God came over me, and it must have scared her, because she actually stopped and looked over at me. And so we supposed to be getting in line for her to, and you can't quit getting in these lines, because everybody that is up there preaching the doctrine of God, she would not do what God wanted her to do, because other women that were really anointed by God said what she was supposed to do, and she didn't do it, which I knew she didn't do it too. So this other lady did it. She grabbed me and hugged me, and the power on me so strong, almost knocked her out. Me and her both got to stagnant. And she told me, she said, once you know, she said, you know God, but once you really know him, you're going to be a powerful somebody. They said my ears had turned, the power of God was on me, so my ears turned red. But you had people. I was in wrong churches. That's all the thing I could say. Wrong churches with wrong ministers who was mature in the church, and there I am not knowing nothing. You have to be careful, real careful. I'm telling you, because everybody that's in the churches, all these pastors, they're not of God. They practicing other practices, and when they see the power of God on you, and you know how you know the truth, you're not just listening what they say. They will come against you if you don't know what's going on. And I'm not just trying to turn nobody against the church. Like I said, we have to be the church. God ain't coming back for no building made by man's hands. He coming back for us, made by his hands. He making his church. Us. And I'm just not seeing all this stuff, after I done went through so much craziness. I'm thinking I'm in a safe place. Some churches, you might as well go to the club. You more safer at a club than you are at the church. Because I ain't never known nobody be in the club working witchcraft. I'm telling you how I feel. Just how I feel. Because you got these people that's practicing alchemy, theosophy, into all these esoteric practices. Because they want powers. They want to show themselves to be powerful. But they with the demonic powers. People opening up their third eye, sitting around you, spying on your personal life, looking at you, but pretending that they're not. Now, God gives prophets the ability to see, but they don't just see your sins. They also see where God want to take you. God not going to just show them your sins. He going to show you who you are in him, or who he wants you to be anyway. And that's for the prophet to either give you a warning or to pray for you, so that you'll reach that point where God wants you to go. Or give you a warning that if you living in sin, you need to come out of that before you get judged. I forgot I had this here in there. Probably ain't hearing nothing I said.